y'all, it's your girl, Fertility Queen. I've been thinking about showing you all again what these tinctures look like here. So I have been getting quite a few questions regarding like other options other than alcohol based tinctures, even though it's like the preferred, and I think it's the best way to get them in your body and have the whole action of like bypassing major liver metabolism. So I've been asked, what can we do? If not alcohol based, can we do water? Like, what's the other option? And if you plan on making your own, or if you wanted to order from me, I do glycerin, which is palm derived. So this is going to be a heavier weight molecularly. It's heavy. As you can see, it just drops so easy. So I'm not sure what the dose is going to translate to, because I've never taken it like this. But what I do is I use the palm oil derived, or it's like I don't know, it's very sweet. I'm not even sure if it is an oil. I don't know if it's a volatile oil. I'm not even sure what glycerin is. I just know that it's a substance that can definitely penetrate raw materials and leach the properties out and put it in suspension into the base of the glycerin itself. So it's an extractive derived from the palm, and it's also derived from soy. So I don't do soy, but anyways, it's kosher. If anybody's wondering, you want to buy the kosher one, or you can get it from me and you'll get the kosher. So yeah, it's very sweet. It's used as a sweetener. It's used in vaporizing, just putting it with the e-juices or whatever flavors and whatnot. So yeah, you can make your own extractive. So if you don't want to do alcohol, you could do glycerin, and it's going to keep the raw materials more suspended, but no matter what, you're going to want to shake it. Shake it. Since it's heavier in its weight, you want to be really careful how you're dropping it. It's not going to be, I'd say, as strong as the alcohol, but it is better tasting. It is better than capsules, or if you're combining, you're going to want the capsules. So if you think about it, while you're making yours, go ahead and order a bottle or two from me, whether you're going to do your own glycerin based with sterile water, or you're going to do the alcohol. So a lot of times you'll see the raw materials probably right about here. And that's pretty much the ratio that I like to work with. It's like a 1:4, 1:3, and sometimes 1:2. So if you, depending on the strength of the alcohol, you're going to want to think in parts, the ratio. So if you're going to do a 80%, or I'm sorry, 80 proof alcohol, whether it's vodka or, I don't know, some people use like whiskey. I mean, I'm not a whiskey person, just keep it simple. Everclear is nice and strong. You're going to probably not want to do a 1:2 or 1:3. You're probably going to want to do, when you're using like 151, anything that's over like 120, you're going to want to do like 1:4 ratio, and then you're going to age it, and then you're going to add some sterile water to that extractive to make it a 1:3. But that's after brewing it for like months and months, leaching as much as you can from it. But let's just say you're going to do 80 proof. Go ahead and take 1 part of the raw material, and then take 2 parts of the grain alcohol that's 80 proof. It's like rice, cooking rice, but you're not cooking it, you're leaching the properties. And then you put that in the mason jar, shake it every other day, put it in a cool dark place, or shake it every single day. or shake it several times a day. So it's up to you, but nonetheless, anything that's 100 proof over, I like to do a 1:3 ratio. So 3 parts of the 100 proof to 1 parts of the raw material. With the 120 and over to up to 151, that's when I like to do 1 point or 1:4, you know, so it's like 1 part raw materials to 4 parts of the very, very strong 151. And that's how I do it. So if you order from me, when I try to always at least get 100 proof. So you're looking at a, you know, 1 to 3, and generally when I like this time it's like over 120 proof. So the ratio is 1:4 on these. So if you're ordering from me right now, that's what you're pretty much getting. So it's nice and strong, and we want to keep it that way. So you want to just shake it every time you take it. Put it in a cool, dark place. The longer it ages, the better. Also, sometimes during shipment, you're going to notice it looks like it's up to here. I tend to overfill these bottles, and I suck as much into the dropper as I can, and then I close it tightly. So sometimes in transit, even more gets in to this dropper portion right here. And it tends to look like it's not full. It tends to look like it's settled right here, but it's not. So what you want to do is when you open it, see how it's full? So it could be half full all the way, it just depends. But you're going to want to drop it all the way, and you'll see that it's going to be to the neck, which is technically over full. So if anybody had a question about how it settles, that's why you'll see sometimes some bottles look like they're more full than others. Just open it, squeeze everything out, and if it goes up to here, that means it's over full. It's definitely full. So don't worry about it. Sometimes it happens. They look like they're not quite even or the same, but they really, really are. It's just it's inside of the dropper. So other than that, it's lighter in weight than this. Basically, I like to do like a 1 to 2, no more than a 1 to 3 on the glycerin, because it's not like alcohol and it's just glycerin. So I like to sometimes I like to do the one when I brew it. It's the glycerin and then the raw materials. You do your 1 to 2 or 1 to 3 ratio, however you prefer, and then you would brew it for at least 6 weeks. I like to brew it longer because glycerin to me is, I feel like it would take just a little bit longer than the alcohol. So the rule is at least 6 weeks. But when you get them from me, you at least get 3 months. 2.5 to 3 months, because sometimes I get a lot of orders, so I can't help but to be like, you know, 2 months, 2.5 months, but at least it's ready to take. So but yeah, then you can add your sterile water once it's technically ready to take. You can add your sterile water 1 part. So let's say you do 1 to 2 glycerin, then you can add 1 part water. So that makes it 1 to 3 ratio, but at least you have you've had it brewed with 2 parts of glycerin before you added the sterile water. The sterile water is so that it keeps it from being so thick, and you're able to mix it even better. You just mix it even better, and whatever brews after that is just icing on the cake. The timing that you get, you know, it ages and it's potent. So yeah, that's basically what I wanted to share with you today, and it's the same price. It's $28 per bottle. Now if you get 12, which is like 6 months if you're just doing this, generally it lasts about 6 months, 12 bottles, because you're going to need about 2 of these per the month. And let me tell you, it sounds kind of expensive, right? But if you think about it, the best brands for BO is Bountiful Breasts. It really is. I've tried it. I've had success. It was just as good as Medplex. Unfortunately, Medplex is no longer, and they were actually very affordable. but they also had wild yam in there. There's nothing else other than a little bit of liver extractive, which is the freeze-dried tissue of liver, and it's organically sourced. It's New Zealand source. And if you want to make your own, it's Dr. Ron's. Go and get Dr. Ron's formula or Bountiful Breasts. You're not going to be wasting your money. It's worth it. It's kind of pricey, but honestly, ladies, don't complain, because this is actually what gives real results, and it's saving your fertility, and it's reversing the damage from what birth control leaves you with after years of taking it. If you want to have children, honestly, this is a fertility tonic, you know? So for any ladies who want to have children, get on the Vitex and get on the BO. It's going to help you and cleanse your body from all those toxins that were from the birth control, the implant, whatever you were taking. So yes, the boobs come at a price, but it's so worth it. There's no having to go to the surgeon's table and get the implants out 7 years from now because you're having an autoimmune reaction to it. You know, maybe you got a double bubble. It's not settling right. They look like crap. You know, some women get breast augmentation, they look like shit. They just don't even look, they don't look right. Something is wrong. So, you know, you don't have to chance spending thousands on something that's not even real. That's not even natural. And I think some boob jobs look fantastic, but it's just not for everybody. So, yeah, it's worth it, you know? Definitely worth it. I'm very low in my weight. I'm still 94, 95 pounds, and I'm in my 30s, but they're pretty perky. And I can't complain. I don't need implants. I will never have to have that as an option. I will never have to feel like, wow, I can't fit my clothes. I look like I'm a little girl, or feel like I'm one. It's all in the past. All in the past. So, yeah, it's worth it. Whether you spend the money and make your own, put a little time into it, or whether you know, buy from me. I'm telling you, the tincture method is just the more effective method, and you'll see results in real time. It's not super quick, but puberty takes 7 years anyway. So that's all I wanted to do, was just share a little bit about that, about the tonics itself. They do come sealed, discreet. There's no labeling or anything on it. So, and you get tracking, so you'll know when it's coming. And for anyone who is international, just let me know. I'll let you know what the shipping is and what your options are. Just know your customs, your regulations, because I don't know what to put on, you know, it's a risk. So I'm not responsible for anything lost, stolen, or jacked somehow through the process, jacked up through the process. When they look at everything and then they want to tax you for it, I have no idea about that, but I'm willing to see what I can do and ship it to you and see if it'll work. I've only had one package to India that didn't work out. And I was willing to ship more if she paid for the shipping again, but you know, it's such a risk. I've ordered things like thyroid medications from other countries, and I didn't have my prescription, so it was confiscated. You know, we all take a chance, but yeah, in other countries it's hard to get your hands on this stuff, and these days they're regulating our supplements, so I have a feeling that we may not be able to get these anymore. I used to be able to get glands from farmers, like adrenal glands and ovaries, thyroid. You know, I used to be able to get these glands, but they know now, and this was back in 2009. They know now. These are worth. This is like gold, you know? Until the day comes where we can clone our organs to be, you know, from our DNA and implant it in us to replace the crappy organs we've got. This is like gold. So treasure it. Get it while you can. And I hope that the United States isn't going to be another one of those countries where we can't get what we actually need. And have these crazy regulations where it's like, nope, it's not allowed into the country. So a lot of my orders are international. I think I think it's like 60-40. I get 60% international orders, 40% the United States. And it's because of scarcity. Like, we can order from wherever and get our BO pills, but there's a lot of countries that won't even allow that. So I'm like the next, possible option. And I've been getting lots of emails from you ladies that this is actually working for you sooner than I've been telling you to expect results. And I think that's fantastic. You're paying attention, you're reading, on the forums, you're communicating with other ladies. Not only that, but you're, you're doing your homework and you're taking your time and you're following the guide that I sent you. So, congratulations to every single one of you and all the repeat orders. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know what's going on. That way I can tell the rest of the world, it doesn't matter your age. I have yet to see anyone have an issue so much with the age, but I always see the younger ones growing a little quicker, and the ones with a little bit of tissue already have faster results. So congrats to all of you. So I'll be right back with another video.